Hello, everyone. Thanks for making time in your busy schedules to meet. We're going to have 2 intensive hours ahead of us, so let's begin punctually. As you can see, there's plenty of water to keep us hydrated, and there's also some sweet stuff to boost our energy levels. Please feel free to help yourselves. Before I hand over to Emily, who'll present the status quo of the current campaign for us, I'd like to start with some opening remarks. Yes, it's true, I'm not happy with how the campaign is performing. And yet I wanted to emphasize right at the start of this meeting that my intention is not in any way to shift the blame. Instead, this is our chance to collaborate and turn things around. What do I mean by that? Let's not focus on the problems, but on the solutions. And talking about solutions, I want to thank you for preparing your presentations. That's much appreciated. I see that Sarah from the agency is absent.
Yes, that's correct. Sam is sitting in for her.
Okay, let's get cracking. Emily, may I please ask you to begin with your presentation?
Of course. Thank you, Adam. As you can see on the first chart, sales figures are not quite where we plan them to be at this point in the campaign. We're left with a little over 1/3 of the remaining time of the campaign, and we need to increase sales by 31% on our daily rate in order to meet the objectives that we agreed on for this campaign.
Excuse me for interrupting, but please allow me to mention that these objectives were too ambitious to start with. You don't have the manpower to get this done.
I appreciate your comment, but as I stated at the beginning, please, let's stay constructive. We came to consensus on these objectives, as you can see in the last minutes. I'm convinced that we can still make this campaign a success. So, let's stick to the task at hand, shall we?
Sam, please. I agree with Adam. Now's the time to put our heads together and turn this around. Emily, can you elaborate on the second calculation, please? I didn't quite get that. Can you run that by me one more time?
Yes, of course. So, you see here.
Brilliant. Thanks for that, Em. So, this is the status quo. Now, let's go around the table and present the solutions you came up with. John, may I ask you to start? Please remember, we scheduled 10 minutes for each presentation, and after that, we'll have 5 minutes to discuss your ideas and agree on what we want to implement. Spot on, 10 minutes. Thank you, John. I think there's a lot in there to work with. Any comments on John's suggestions?
I like the idea of a more interactive approach on the social media platforms, although I'm not sure if I agree with the idea of having customers send in comments. I think we ought to think of something more vivid, more emotional.
Yeah, I think that's a valid point.
Why don't we have them send in little videos? That would be a nice idea for a press article.
Brilliant. I like that idea.
Yeah, but let me just remind you, it's not easy to get people to interact in that way. We definitely need an incentive for people to send something, like a fun goodie that they can use in the video.
I think I might have an idea for that.
Yes, that's exactly the kind of incentive we need.
No doubt that's a great idea, but we shouldn't forget about the budget.
I think I might even have an idea for that. In our forecast, we had a budget planned for another project. We might want to consider shifting that budget to the current campaign.
Do you think that would be possible?
I'm afraid I can't do that without permission from the director. But I think there is a good chance for you to obtain it. Shall I prepare a proposal?
That'd be great. Thank you.
Cool. Then we will follow up on that idea.
Thanks. And please coordinate the launch date and other details with PR so that they can prepare something for the press.
And we should let internal communications know so that they can also post something about it on the intranet.
Thank you very much, everyone. We are running short on time, so let me just wrap up the results. So, we'll definitely go with John's idea with a few amendments. We'll also...